We will
And so
get a macro view here in just a
Mary
moment.
was unable to see them before, so maybe this time she can help us with whatever these are.
Looks like one of those sponges here in the near ground is
Oh my goodness, we're going
on
to
it.
also have to count all these clatterizids.
See the white things on it.
Okay, we
That's the other reason I like starfish. Usually you just see one.
Are these dead or alive? Are these, they look.
These guys are dead.
Looks
Yeah,
like a
so
combination.
these are, I guess you just call these balanoid barnacles. Is that right, Mary?
That's right.
Yeah, none of them are just shells.
And they do prefer to settle in cracks. If there's any kind of current or anything streaming down that rock, gives them some shelter.
Okay, well, thank you, pilot.
Okay, wide, please.
Oh, there's a sea star to the left there.
Oh, there
Oh,
sure
yeah,
is.
like there in.
Come on back.
Yeah, it's kind of a
He's some
an awkward
distance
angle.
away.
Those weird bryozoan or whatever they are is to
Yeah.
the left too.
It's a gunny asteroid, but oh wow. For Megan, if she's McCullough, let's take a look at that branching thing. So,
Okay, come on, Evo.
Dave, do you see it?
That's Max
I do.
Zoom.
Yeah. Oh, we're at max zoom.
All right,
Okay.
let's come wide. I'll get closer. Just have to hop over. It's the next rock over here.
ROV nav, move completed.
The ship just stopped. Co-pilot.
Thanks, Nav. I
It's
just
a,
started
it's a
feeling
dense
it.
community, but they're all small. So I guess you're right. I mean,
Copy.
it is certainly the number of animals picked up quite a bit.
Yes, they're just,
They're everywhere.
yeah. We just need to go down there and look through them on our hands and feet.
Yeah,
That sounds painful.
sure does.
Especially if we found too big a carnivorous sponge.
Okay, we can zoom.
Like the little cookie you collected in American Samoa.
I'm not sure. Oh,
Oh, well,
yeah.
anyway, we can
Let's look at
the
this bryozoan first.
Yeah,
and
the
then-
bryozoan first.
So Megan McCullough says, the white branching thing looks like a bryozoan to me. Woohoo!
Oh. Wow. Thank you, Megan. These are. So what are you looking at, Megan? How would you? How do we tell a bryozoan down here? Maybe you could write that into the event log. I don't think she's
Guess
on
that's
the audio
close
yet,
up we can get right, Dave.
or isn't in the audio now. But
Physically as close as I can get.
Okay.
that's good, pilot. And then maybe check out Chris's star.
Okay. I don't know if I can
Oh.
scooch sideways.
Now that's a familiar sight. I wonder what, maybe it's here feeding on these sponges.
Okay, we can see.
This was on something, wasn't it? The other one we saw earlier.
Yeah. Well, they're always on these kinds of substrates. So, yeah, this is exactly that cookie star that we saw, well, you said back in American Samoa. I recognized the texture, and I recognized the shape around the marginal plates. So this is a new genus and species of unidentified goniasterid sea star. It's hopefully currently waiting in my office when I get back to Washington, D.C., so that I can write it up for description. Don't know much about it,
Okay,
but hopefully watching it here might give us some insight into whether it's perhaps a sponge feeder.
Video swapping out.
Okay.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
So Megan McCullough gives us a broad identification of that bryozoan as being a member of the order Chilostomata, but is unfortunately unable to go much farther. That's great. That's more than we had before, and a difficult group of animals to recognize in the field. So thank you.
Did you want to do another move, Nav?
If you're ready, that would be. Are you still on the same heading? 010?
Video, let's
Looks
get a
good.
zoom
About
on this
015.
little coral by this.
Okay, we can do 015. Are you comfortable with 25 meters?
It looks good to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is
25 meters, 015 coming up.
So we're getting a zoom in on this
And
little
I don't
coral.
know your
I'm
speed
not
or
sure what
anything,
it
as
might
far
be,
as
other
to
than
the
perhaps that it's an octocoral.
destination, but whenever you think we need to move, just let me know.
Okay,
But,
actually, let me
hopefully that'll
calculate
be
that
enough
because
for
it's
Scott or
with the
someone
transects
to
and everything.
make some
the
kind
time
of
bottom's
ID off
gonna
of it.
change.
Well, a little bit of gain up so I can see into the distance here. Just please, video. Thank you. Okay. Looking at sonar.
Okay. Back from our real brief meeting. We're always strategizing out here. So everything's fine right now.
Yeah, we just looked at a little octocoral that was a little small.
Something looks a little bit bigger in the background there. Is it
Yeah,
just a
that
stump
looks
or
good
is
up
that a...
Okay,
It
so
looks like it's leading up to something.
040 at the moment. But let me.
This is the bridge. Go ahead.
I have another move for you. It's gonna be range 5 meters.
Oh, it's
Oh,
headless.
it's headless. Yeah.
Too bad.
All right. We could skip
yeah.
that, pilot.
Hey, Dave.
Range 25
sorry, but
meters.
There's a brown
bearing
thing in the middle of the
015
screen,
degrees.
right
speed
to the right of
0
it. Yeah.
decimal 2 knots.
Is that another stump?
Coming up.
Or is...
Snap zoom.
Stump.
No. Oh, yeah, it is a stump.
Okay,
Oh, look.
wide, please.
Is that... Oh.
What?
Oh, no, there's a little thing on the
A thing?
upper left.
Thing.
There's like a stalked with a cup with
Thing.
tentacles. Oh, it was a real tiny thing.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
back
don't
in
worry
video.
about. Okay.
Oh, I'm right here.
Oh,
I'm just
okay.
trying to find my hold. That little brown bit.
ROV
Oh,
nav.
sorry,
Move initiated.
that's not it. Wider.
I think it was just a hydroid. We can move on.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries.
All right, full wide. Need to get back in position here.
Looks like I have the
I don't-
stump sense today.
I don't suppose we could get a snap zoom on that vase sponge on the top of the mound there. Is that
Yeah,
possible?
we sure can. It's definitely doable.
And I think that's a different creature.
Let's zoom from here before I.
Yeah, it's to the right. I'm sorry, the other way. And it's keep swinging right,
Oh,
right there.
oh, that thing.
Yeah,
Oh, the sponge.
it
of
could be
course.
just
Okay, come on in.
could be
baby.
just a fair amount.
Grenadier on the left.
Oh, let's go for the fish. Excuse
Okay,
me, for
wide,
the left.
please.
Yeah, fish trump sponges.
Still looking.
There he is. He's right in the center. Left. Yeah, there he is.
I see him. Okay, just hold that video.
Okay.
I'll get over that away. Here he comes.
Roger, Nav, go ahead.
Okay, a little more zoom. Hold that.
We're going to go ahead and just follow this ridge crest along as far as we can make it on today's dive. So it'd just be a straight shot, right? And following the high, you know what I mean? It'll drop off to the west and the east.
Okay,
If we
wide,
just stay
please.
on the crest, that would be great. Yeah, thank you. Okay, that other colony was a primnoid in the background. Scott France is off to battle rush hour traffic, or traffic at least, or getting in the car to go home. Just let us know.
Okay, get down a little closer now. So Andy, I'm looking, 030, and that's where the biggest blob on the sonar, 030 to 035.
Copy that.
From where I am, anyway.
I don't know, that bright white spot right by the lasers on the rock. I wonder if it's something for Chris
We can
Marr.
go ahead and move me. We can cancel this move and
Let's
move me
take a look at that bright white spot on the left.
more
But,
easterly to get behind you. If you'd like.
Just go with your gut because, we really can only see a tether length into the distance here.
Yeah.
Zoom, please.
Yeah, it's a sponge stock.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bob.
Boy, that
Wide.
high reflectance.
Yeah, it does draw the eye.
Normally when they're that bright,
I'm going to come over this way a little.
it's one of your guys.
Well, that's part of the challenge right now when we're around all of these dead sponge stocks.
Yeah, co-pilot, you're pretty far from 010, 015, I mean. If you want, I can stop that move and then redirect you that way.
Well, I'm not sure what's wrong with this ridge.
See
But
what
then I
we
said that yesterday about the
far are you in
volcanic
that
cone, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. Well, I like
a lot
this
of-
ridge.
We are,
It's neat.
I mean, we
With
have
lots
only a
of
few meters left.
cloud
It's almost
horizons.
done.
No, it's different,
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter at this point.
I have to admit.
I guess is that a big sponge stock?
Yeah, I think so. Is there
But
something
yeah, we'll try
on
to
it?
move me
Sure.
behind him on the next one.
Copy.
It's like it could be
Zoom please, video.
Tritopleura. It's,
That's
no,
your
it's
hold.
not. It is a Phareid. Oh, this is a glass sponge in the family Phareidae. Sorry, I can't give you a common name for these sponges except for glass sponge because a lot of them don't
Wide,
have common
please.
names. So, we got that one.
ROV nav, move complete.
Copy, bridge.
What's that? Oh, wait, no.
It looks like dead sponge with a...
Something in
just
the
an
water
LP
column
around
right in
it.
front of us.
There's
to the
something in the
top.
water
floater.
column. Yeah, floater.
Polychaete.
It's a polychaete.
Yeah, this one might be...
Tomopterid?
No, this one looks like... I think this is Swimma. We were seeing these before, I think. It's got sort of thistles, similar to an Aphrodite, though. But, yeah, these... I think these are
Great shot of them.
acrocerids. And this one might be Swimma or Floata. I'm
So,
not sure
co-pilot,
which.
the next move is going to be
That's their,
like
their genus
050.
names.
No, it's going to be more than that.
Some
Oh,
of
what?
them
It's
drop
gonna be,
glowing bombs to detract
like
to
6'5".
distract their predators.
Because we're already going to have the swing that's going off to here.
Yep.
Nav,
Yep.
So we need to compensate for it. You could even go 070.
I think that's that primnoid that we imaged before. Looks
Yeah.
like two different species.
Narella, I guess,
Two different
right?
Narella, yeah.
Okay, just partial zoom, just to get a better look here.
Yeah, one on the right I think
that.
is Macrocalyx and the other is just Narella
070,
possibly
maybe
could be
20 meters.
Echoliptophora.
Yeah,
I
but-
think it's
Let's give it.
I think
just
it's
a second.
Narella,
Actually, if you're ready, we can go ahead and do that. And then we
yeah.
can let it sit.
never mind.
Get
Very
back
good.
on track
Yeah.
here after that.
Bauer's eye. That's
Copy.
it.
So,
Sorry.
you want me to call it in?
Come up with it there for a moment.
Yes. Go ahead.
All right.
Okay, wide, please.
And that's a guess, of course, on that one.
This is the bridge.
Who knows? But the one on the right is almost surely Marilla.
20 meters, bearing 0703, speed 0.2.
That's range 20, bearing 070, speed 0.2.
Copy.
One up.
They do introductions already?
Yes, they
They
did.
did. Okay,
Yes.
great.
ROV nav bridge move initiated.
Let's zoom in on some of these. I think they're sponge stocks, but maybe we'll luck out.
Want to zoom?
You're going to be at tether length here.
Yeah. Come back. And
Yeah, I don't think luck is in the cards today.
Well, I'm grateful for that zoom because that's a Tretopleura. I haven't
There we go.
documented one of those so far today. I thought it was a dead stock, but it's not actually. It's another type of glass sponge. So very, very diverse group in terms of both their morphology and the number of species in there. They're a very ancient group of animals. And this one we used to call the leaf sponge until we were able to figure out what it was by collecting a specimen.
Swipe.
Yeah, thank you very much. Tretopleura in the family Uncinnateridae. And he's panning across this ridge and
Well, it's kind of a nice ridge.
yeah. That's another one. These Phariid sponges, we just got an image of one, but I think it's Pharia, what they call Pharia neroca erecta, because it is a columnar-shaped version of
next one we
a
put
sponge
in, Pilot,
called
will bring
Pharia
us kind of
oca.
close to
That's
where you
sort
are
of a
now.
bushy,
Okay.
small one, and then it's got a morph that we're not sure is a different species that stands up much further. A Bolosoma sponge, I think, or Caulophacus in the distance. And what else do we have? You know,
That is a good question.
yeah, this area is a little sparse, but
This is the bridge. Go ahead.
Let's get a zoom here video while I wait for some tether. That's good, thanks.
So it looks like we have a dead sponge stock here with several echinoderms living on it, taking advantage of the water current.
That's
The
an affirmative
sort
nav.
of whitish,
We're pretty much paying more
multi-armed
attention
things
to
are
the
called
winds right
crinoids
now.
or feather stars, and they
presently the winds on the bow where we want
essentially
it.
filter
Current is
feeders.
not,
They hold their arms up
affecting us
into the
that
water,
much. So
and
we're
they
still
can
good.
grab small organic particles
thrusters are
as they go by and sort of send them over
And
to the mouth.
we have completed
On the
that
top,
move.
you have several brittle
you.
stars, which are more closely related to sea stars, and they have really long spines on their arms, which they use to capture food, or at least are thought to capture food in that way. We've seen those jump off when we approach with the submersible. It's an interesting behavior. Not quite sure what causes it.
I think we're good, pilot.
Okay, wide, please.
E.T. call home. guess you could call it a common name, even though we're the ones who gave it a common name and doesn't have one, except
one of these strange
bolosoma sponges, or bolosomid euplectellids. Got two big osculum on the side of it that look like eyeballs.
We have a floater on the left.
And we saw a spectacular batch of these and other sponges a few days ago in this incredible alien landscape.
That's right. There was sort of a sponge land with a huge diversity of glass sponges of all shapes and sizes. This is very much a place you fully expected some strange Dr. Seuss-like entity to jump out from.
There's actually going to be a highlights video that's going to be distributed showing that incredible place, just a video short. So keep your eye on the Okeanos Explorer website, because I think they're going to have that up and available fairly soon. If you missed that particular dive, you really need to see this video. It is something out of this world, literally. All right, we're probably good with that, pilot.
I'm just waiting on some tethers, so I'm indulging in a little bit of fly around here, and then we'll be off into the darkness again.
Yes, so... All right, if you're indulging, can you do a little roll around on this thing? Because actually I'm potentially changing my idea on this thing. And this is like a hybrid between two different sponges.
What?
Well, the problem is E.T. doesn't have a hole in the top of his head, and the sponge does.
Lasers off, please.
Lasers off.
So I'm going to change this to Bolosoma species 2 instead of Bolosomini new genus. I'm sure that doesn't matter to most of you, but it does for those of us who are trying to figure out who's where down here on what seamounts. Yep,
Pilot,
he's
okay
got
to
a
zoom
hole
on
in the
mini
top
Zeus?
of him, so it ain't, he's not E.T.
I'll have to remember that useful tip.
Yeah, so if you know what to look for, the sponges aren't so hard to actually identify.
Pilot video, okay to zoom on mini Zeus?
And obviously the stalk, the way it's attaching to the rock there, it's actually glued to the rock. And then this rather large osculum on the top of the ball part. Those are all keys, and how it attaches in the bottom of the head, if you will, the head, I'll call it that, to the stalk is another clue.
Okay, I think I just started feeling that pulled.
He's get us pretty close to what it is, at least.
I just want to get it all out so that we can really start our moves
It's like
forward.
your stars, you know all about the plates, all about
Right
crew
now.
feet. If you know, what's this? An anemone, I think.
Zoom. Anemone, please.
ROV nav, move complete.
Actinostolid, I think.
Might check that one.
ROV nav is the bridge.
Yeah, copy.
Oh, okay.
Thank you.
Cool.
Do you want to find out if the move just ended or if something else?
No, I'm pretty sure it's
So,
the last one ending.
Every
but-
once in a while we'd come across
So
one of
it's
these
just now
weird
ended?
anemones
Yeah, I
that's
guess.
Or
got a
you
bunch
wanna
of
double check?
tentacles in the inner part of the disc. A little clump of them. And we've seen this before. We're still calling these actinostolidae, but we don't
Bridge,
really know what's going on there.
This is nav.
Hold.
Possibly, a different species in the actinostolid group, because it's not the first time we've seen this. It's consistent.
Indeed it was.
Copy, thank you.
See that? Isn't that weird, Chris? Sort
Yeah,
of
I
this
was
little
wondering if we
clump
finished
on
5
one
minutes ago,
side.
if we're just now finished because we got 2 calls for it.
I mean, it could be just the fold of the disc.
I think it's just a fold in the disc.
You think it is?
It's not
just
like a ceranthid. No, I think it's just sort of eaten something, and it's just sort of moved the tentacles into place so that it can maneuver food into the
When did you
mouth.
call it in?
Well, maybe that's what's fooled us all these years. I mean, we're getting to see the best view
Okay,
we've ever
finished 5
had of
minutes
these
ago.
things, so maybe that's it. That we just assumed it was an extra inner batch.
Oh, it looks like he's trying to tuck something into his mouth there. Any more zoom?
A lot more.
Yes.
That smacks.
Looks like has it just eaten something?
There's one tentacle that's pointing down and disappears towards the mouth.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Maybe that's it. After all this time.
Let's,
I
let's
don't
come
know.
out a little bit, please, video.
So that was Chris Ma talking about a potential new species.
Excuse me.
Come out some more.
No.
Sorry. It was actually Chris
right,
Kelly,
hold
the other
that,
Chris,
please.
who is creating a totally fallacious story there.
Hey, Dave.
We're going to come over
There's
here and
this
get another
white sort of
look at
limpet-like thing that was next to the sea anemone.
it. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
We're going to get another angle on
Okay.
this guy just because.
You just want you can't resist trying to figure out whether you're right or not, or whether
Well,
it's stuffing
I'm
something
an
in his mouth.
explorer. I need to explore this.
Well, it's lunchtime, so it wouldn't
Sure,
be
why not?
surprising. Sure.
Okay, let's zoom in again. Hold that.
And I don't know.
Well, where I come from, we'd say he just licked his fingers, but that's that one tentacle.
But fortunately,
It's still hidden, but
yeah,
the end of it looks like it was right there in the mouth.
maybe. There's a stain on the inside too. It's
Yeah,
curious. Yeah.
It was gravy.
So before we move on, there's a little like sedimentary clump or a like it looks like almost like a limpet on
Let's
the rock
come out a
to
little
the
bit
left.
video and limp over to the limpet here.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
See if I can center up on that. Okay, let's come on back in.
Well, I think we're both kind of seeing something here. I'm seeing new species with curled anemones, and
Oh, this is a foram, I bet. Oh, look at that. A little
all right.
worm.
Oh, that was just sheer luck. That's all that is.
We call that bonus.
The worm. You mean the foram or the worm?
Any more zoom?
Is that a worm or
Yeah.
is it a crustacean?
That's Max.
That's Max.
Almost looks
Where you
like a
going, for the worm?
crustacean to me.
Yeah, let's look at the worm. The thing on the right, I think, is a foram, a test of a single-celled organism like an amoeba. But it could be something else, too. It's hard to say.
Is it a worm? You sure it is?
Well, not
That
positively.
could be. I agree. Those are
It
the
could be.
or a barnacle maybe to feeding appendages out.
No,
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
look barnacle-y.
Okay, well let's see if we can find some other game.
Yeah.
Wide,
Some-
please.
Micro mysteries.
Yep.
So it looks good, pilot, for our next direction.
Let me come up and have a look here on the, see what sonar says. Okay, that's 045. Only come left a smidge. That's 025. So I think 030 is kind of where it's at.
Okay, I can turn and follow you over there.
Righto.
Are you comfortable with 30 meters?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Okay, 30 meters, 030 coming up.
Sounds good now.
This is the bridge. Go ahead.
Next move.
There's a nice sponge. We've seen these before, these other polyopagons, glass sponges.
Range 30 meters. Bearing 030 degrees.
Seems to be a lot
Speed
going on
0.2.
current-wise at this site, does
Coming
there,
up.
Chris?
No, not that I can see. I mean, there's something happening, but
There is a current.
How strong is it, pilot?
Let me allow myself to be moved, and we'll see which way we end up going.
Are you backing up, or is that a trick of the current?
Well, it's not a trick. I am backing up. So one might suspect it's northerly, but I notice that all of the fan-type creatures are oriented east-west here, so that may be just my tether pulling me back to Sirius.
When you mean northerly, you mean coming out of the north, is that right?
Yeah,
Okay.
I was moving southward, but I'm not sure that that's entirely the water mass.
Okay.
So, Dave, I saw something on the right side. There's like a little rock with like an armpit, and there's a little brown dot in the center of it. Yeah, so there's that center boulder.
Okay.
And right to the left of center, there's like a little light tan dot.
Yep. Dot's what we'll go look at.
Oh! Good one.
Okay, right tan dots. So are we going to zoom in on amorphous dots all day? Is that what it is?
It could be something.
Yeah. Okay, I like the sort of red thing that's over there on the rock better.
I see it too. It's in the queue. Let's zoom here.
No, it's okay. I mean, they'll see.
It's not a sponge, but it's a...
Look at all of the... first of all, there's your dot.
Okay, so it's another 4 amp, maybe.
But then look down here.
See, look at all the sponge stuff. Looks like this is where all the dead cladorhizids go. Or no, something else.
What is this?
I think it's...
Oh, it almost looks like it's dead Walteria branches. You know, the lateral branches that come out of those base-shaped Walteria sponges?
Yeah. Or it could just be the spicules of some other sponge as well.
Got quite a collection here. Let's come out just a little bit video to see the whole pile.
Yeah, it's a remnant, or it's the remains of something.
Yeah.
That met a timely or untimely end. We're not really sure. And then something red over to the left.
Let's go see Chris's
So that
red
would suggest
thing.
the current carried it there out of the west.
Oh, well, it's actually on... Oh, it's one of my sponges, I'll bet.
What a shock.
Oh, yeah. And what is that echinoderm doing on one of my sponges? I can't believe it. Actually, this is not one of my sponges. What the heck are we looking at here? It's a sponge. What's going on?
I believe you were the one who wanted to see this.
Well, no, I'm totally fascinated because...
I'm just kidding, of course.
It looks like a Walteria without the Walteria.
Yeah. Well, I get the impression that the brittle star has just been hanging on, taking advantage of whatever it was hanging on to before. Maybe the rest of the Walteria has just collapsed.
Yeah, I mean, it could be part of the base. That's the yellow part up above it. But
there's some barnacles on there,
well,
looks like.
We can fly over the top of it and have another look.
Is that an apelacopheran on the top there?
There's
sort
something
of a
up there.
Brown worm type thing?
Could be.
Huh.
We got any more Zoom video?
I'll
No,
have to give
that's max.
Oh, I guess not.
your orange tip proved to be correct, Chris.
Okay, let's
I don't
come
even know what to
wide.
call this thing. Walteria laterale, and they're still alive, or something else? Who knows? Okay, I'm stumped. Anyway, great. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. If it wasn't for one of your echinoderms, I wouldn't have seen it, Chris, so thank you very much. He was like a spotlight for that. And now I'm on the
Partial
lookout
zoom?
for Walteria.
A little bit more. Yeah, let's see what. That's good. Hold there. It's just getting another aspect.
Maybe
here
that
as we
is
go
the
by.
remnants there, the yellow part. That's where the
Yeah, weird.
main body of the sponge used to be, and
Yeah.
but it's all down in there, all branchy everywhere.
Yeah, but without any body.
Without
all
any
of
body,
the,
right.
Yeah, that's really
Oops.
strange.
Wow.
And so those things are called laterali?
Well, if this used to be a Walteria, I think that's the terminology. I could,
Off to my
Curious.
I could,
starboard
you
here.
know what? I'll take a peek right now.
Yeah.
Guess that's what I call them.
XO, at your convenience, please contact extension 234. XO.
ROV nav, move complete.
Copy, Bridge.
Got you directly.
Nav, I'd also like to bring the ship's head 5 degrees to port.
Go ahead. We'll wait 5 degrees to port.
All right, thank you.
The ship's gonna be changing their heading after it's done. It's only 5 degrees, so we should be ready for a move after that.
Great. Sounds good now.
Oh, what is that? It's just a rock.
Totally there with you, man.
Unusual shape of rock.
Yeah.
ROV nav bridge, heading move complete.
I think the lateralia is probably the wrong terminology for those things. It says here in my reference material that they are distal lateral processes, is what they call them. So
that old trumpet. Okay.
Well, there may actually be a spicule types or the rays coming out of there that are lateralia. What is
more of these barnacle things?
Is there something on that rock or?
Yeah, I mean, you mean the patterns?
Yeah.
Those are barnacles.
Those are the
Co-piloting
barnacles.
your sonar, you
So,
still
I
feel
don't know
like
if Mary's
030 is a
still with
good
us, but,
way up slope?
Mary, these are unlike the
to
shallow
me, how
water
do you feel,
barnacle
Pilot? So you're looking
patterns.
at 18
Huh?
degrees
Okay,
now, but-
just
Yeah.
asking.
I think this is the way.
Okay, I
pretty
can
much.
turn.
Well, let me get up a little bit higher here.
Okay.
So-
Snap zoom barnacles.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
just hold that
definitely.
right there.
20. You're looking at 25 degrees right now.
More of the cladorized sponge, little skinny ones.
It's like someone took the rock and rolled it around in a
Okay, right,
cladorized
please.
fiberglass.
Somewhere
Yeah.
between 2.0 and 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah, way up high now.
It
Just
sure looks
kinda
like
see over this bump.
We got a good view out here.
It's like the good direction there. That looks like the ridge crest
How do you
right
feel
up
about
ahead.
2-0 there, pilot?
Yeah, I think let's start bringing it a little more westerly as we go.
Okay.
Yeah, it should move to pretty much north. But yeah, so 020 coming up, 30 meters.
Great, thank you.
A little bit more steepness.
This is the bridge.
We're ready for another move, which is going to be range 30 meters.
Maybe a snap zoom on this coral pilot. I think it's a little different.
We're moving closer.
That is range 30.
Maybe a
Bearing
species in the
020.
genus Narella again, but it's a different morphology, so it could possibly be a different. Look at all those clatterizes behind it.
Clear to zoom video.
Yep, so it's a primnoid. And it also appears to be in the genus Narella, but potentially a little different than what we saw before, but we'll just call it
RV
that.
nav bridge,
Narella
move initiated.
species. These are beautiful deep water corals, very delicate. They've got body plates sort of covering the outside of their polyps there. I think it's on the outside of the polyps, and when you disturb them, they close up like a little turtles that are all along the branches. And how they close up is very distinctive and diagnostic, but you can tell already just by the shape of it that we're likely in the genus Narella. So thank you very much, pilot.
Look up wide, please. Take a peek over the edge here.
I might turn just slightly to port or starboard
There's
to
a few
keep from it
things
hitting me in the
downslope.
face. If you're okay with that.
There's something big down there. It's out of reach, but let's zoom from here, video. Let's just
get an idea, yeah.
It's a sponge.
Nothing wrong with that.
Big sponges.
Very big ones.
So there might be some accelerated current around the base of that rock that's funneling food into those guys. Callus and sediment is scoured away around the two sides of the rock. That's indicative of some current being accelerated around there.
Did you see any other fishes while I was at lunch, or no? We just seen those.
I don't remember seeing them.
What's that? Oh, there is a fish. There is a fish.
Where?
Well, down, bottom center. Go down.
Okay.
Down. It's going off framed right third.
Right.
He's got a big parasite on him too, that little, there he is. Now he's right third still, center, almost
a
center.
little bit to the right of center.
And zoom in right here.
There you
You'll get
go.
him.
Like you should see it right
Zoom
there. If you
video,
come in.
I have no idea, but zoom anyway.
Right
there
there,
he
to
is.
the left.
A little bit to the left.
Yep.
Now he's at the left.
Left side.
Upper left.
Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Hold
Way
that.
to go, Nicola.
That's a couple of things today. Good going.
Did I preview the appearance of that fish or what?
And look, it has a parasite. I love parasites.
Yeah, and Mary's on. I think it's one of her parasites. That
Yeah.
that didn't come out right. That did not come out right at all. Sorry, Mary. I think she knew what I meant. This is one of her creatures.
Yes, of course.
Okay, just a touch more zoom. If you've got it.
This
That's
is
good. Hold
Cymozoa
that.
isopod.
It's a what, Mary? Excuse me?
It's an isopod of a family called the Cymozoidae.
Okay, thank you very much. That was the voice of Mary Wickstein, Texas
Morrison.
A&M. So the fish is a rat tail, and I think it's potentially what we've been calling Kumba. And he's got
a problem.
He's got a little problem. But that is an amazing picture.
These isopods have hooks on their legs so they can really hang on to their host.
I'm just logging this in to make sure I capture it. So we've seen this before, Mary, with these little macrurids with a big isopod on them, and it's almost as though it's more common than you would expect, let's put it that way. It's pretty interesting. So, Mary, would that isopod remain on the same fish throughout its life? Could it have settled on it early and just kind of grew up with it, or how do they actually get on a fish?
ROV nav, move complete.
The isopods can swim, so presumably they detect the host from a distance by scent, and then they just grab them as they come by.
It's always a straightforward approach.
Yeah. We just, Mary, I don't recall ever having imaged one of these large isopods just swimming freely. So they may not be that abundant. Maybe they have to wait quite a while for a host to come by.
It could be the experiments that were done that showed that they could swim and find a host were done in an aquarium. So what they actually do in the wild is a
Getting
different
over
story.
here as well here.
Yes, come wide, please.
Alrighty.
Full wide.
Well, thank you very much. Got some really good imagery of that. Now, what is that? Now, that is interesting. Oh, is it more live? Could they be live this time, or you think they're still dead?
I'll go look.
Well, it's more barnacles, however you look at it.
Right. But it looks a little different, like it's mixed in with some sponges or tunicates or something, doesn't it?
I think the other ones had.
I'm going to be
had
passing
other
over you
stuff
here.
on them too.
I'm still
Oh,
moving.
they did?
Yeah.
All right, snaps in.
Okay.
They're all dead.
Okay. All right.
Okay, full
never
wide,
mind.
please. I got a scoot.
All right. Thank you. The animals are sort of picking up, don't you think?
I think so. Sure.
Another big polyopogon, probably two of them side by side.
So, navigator and co-pilot, discuss amongst you which of you would like to come in and be pilot for a while. I'm going to take a little break.
Okay.
And, Dan's going to sit in while you guys talk about it, unless you've come to a decision.
Fernando, what do you want to do?
Whatever you want, Andy, don't worry.
Okay, I'll go pilot, and then you can pilot, or however we work it out. Okay.
can sort of see that light current that Dave was talking about while they changed chairs in the front a little bit, just coming out of the north, sort of a little bit right at the ROV.
Little musical chairs there, Chris.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay,
so definitely is not a very
our
strong
last
current.
move was heading 020.
020. All right. That's where I'm at now. Is the ship moving now, or is it stopped?
It stopped. Did you feel like you were moving when you got up, Andy?
Yes, it was.
Okay,
Slightly.
I guess you're still swinging a little bit.
Okay.
I'm looking at sonar here, and
Yeah, it's still moving for sure.
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, you're set up pretty nicely though, for now.
I'll head out here.
Oh, I haven't been monitoring event log. I better get caught up on this.
Seeing an enemy ahead.
Okay.
Do you want to look at this watch leads?
Sorry.
It's,
Let's see. I think we can go on. I think this
Okay.
is this primnoid sponge.
How about the enemy up
So,
ahead?
you know, pilot, can you feel it in the air in here? There's this, I'm getting this rock tingle
Oh,
going
okay.
on. This is kind of some angular rocks here.
Feeling like a rock.
Yeah, and that actually looks like one of those yellow sponges we collected the other day, that potentially new species of Poliopogon. But anyway, if we just come across one, maybe up ahead there,
Okay.
there might be some,
There may be a couple over here as well.
you're-
Let's see.
yeah, let's see if there's anything that might fit the bill. Now, Dave's got the record size rock for the cruise. I'm just saying.
I don't think I'm going to beat that one. It's a very large rock.
that was a pretty good size one.
Let's see here. These kind of look cemented here.
Yeah, we can. I guess the way to do it is if you just see something as we're cruising along, that would be
Okay.
you think would work. Then
We're just looking for largish,
Largest,
all dimensions,
yeah.
angular.
Could
yeah, bulky, girthy,
laterally
angular.
to port and see if there's anything.
Maybe 15 to 20 centimeter diameter. That would probably work. Or maybe 20 centimeter diameter.
Looks like there might be some things right up here.
No, it's a little thing of stuff.
That rail cam's gone. Do you think, co-pilot, do any of these look non-cemented to you?
Looks pretty encrusted to me.
Same here. Is there a fix for this rail cam that we've been using?
Try cycling the power. See if that works. I mean, I don't think you're in danger of hitting your swing arm if
Can we
that's
do
what you're concerned
Can we do
about.
a quick zoom here video?
A
Zoom
little.
out there video. Right there. Any of these you'd like to use?
Yeah, if you could grab that one in front that you just had the lasers on.
This
that one right there. Yeah. Oh.
That one?
Yeah.
We can test it.
Sure.
Put up-
It looks like it's got
put up
enough
video.
girth to it, and
Tilt
I
my
don't know
camera
if
down,
that'll
pilot,
prompt
just
John
see
Smith
the
to
tether.
get on
Copy
the
that.
line, who's
I'm
been
just gonna set up here.
helping with our
Do a quick
geologic
test.
interpretation and rock collection.
The nice thing about this, too,
pretty
is that
good.
we'll be able to get a sample of those cloudorhizids.
Yeah, that did not escape me.
Ah.
I wasn't going to say it since I like sponges, but
Do you want to spin up hydraulics?
John, is that you?
You got it.
Co-pilot?
Yes.
So what do you think? Can you see the one the lasers
Do we
on?
have any samples already? No.
You have only one
yeah,
rock
that's
in
pretty
the
big.
starboard box.
Yeah, it's not that big, John.
So you'll have to go for port. We'll have to go for port.
And if you think it's a little big, you know, shh, quiet.
Not too big, I just said a little big.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, John.
I didn't say it was too big, I just said it looked otherwise.
Oh, okay.
All right. Controller
Yeah,
going on.
that should do it.
Looks like it's got some nice angles and grip to it, but we'll find out when he grabs a hold of it. It's loose. Question is how flat it is. That's the trick. Well, it's pretty. I think it might work.
It's not a good grip. I'm going to have to re-grip it.
Yeah, but that's a good rock,
So let's
though.
just see. Am I spinning around here?
What do you think, John? Looks pretty good. What do you think? Please say yes. There's sponges on it.
Did you want to zoom in or anything?
Yeah, please.
Okay, let's go ahead video.
Look at the angles on that rock,
some good angles.
John. That is a superb rock. It's really high quality.
I actually can't hear anything, watch it, so you're going to have to let me know.
Yeah, I think it's good.
Okay.
Thank you. I don't hear anything from him anyway, which he always means yes.
Okay.
So.
I might just place it back down and open the rock box first if we've decided on this one.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
You can.
You think I can open it
For
and try
extra
it?
points,
Okay.
yeah. Just bring the
Rock box in?
fingers over and stand by here.
I don't have the greatest grip on here, though.
Well, if you drop it, you just pick it up again.
That's true.
Let's see. Where am I? Port wing inboard. Here we come.
Okay. Alright, we're here. Let's see.
You can do it. You can even use the
Should
rock.
I use the
to do
rock?
it.
That's a pillow for sure. Uh-oh, here's Dave trying to teach others his technique here. Here we go.
Yeah, just gently.
Almost.
Without dropping this rock.
No.
Yeah.
Don't
Might
scrape
wanna
the
use
sponges
the-
off. I mean,
yeah.
excuse me, don't mar the rock.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put this rock right down right here.
Okay. All right. You get
Partial.
A for effort. Well, if you had a better grip, you'd have been
Yeah.
fine, but it's all right. Everything you do with this manipulator improves your skill.
Okay. Nice and easy here.
That got it.
That worked. Wasn't exactly pretty.